Good afternoon. Welcome to my garden, Lilac Hill. As you can see, we finally had our hard frost. And it's really pretty. It's quite spiky. Look at this driftwood. Look how tall the frost is on it. I think that's so pretty. I'm gonna get really close. Oh. So the garden will stay frozen now, probably through till February or March. That's the float plane going over. A lot of people fly to Powell River on the float planes that land in Powell Lake. So as I head up the driveway and showing the frost, I wanted to share today how I manage the inventory of plants that I have in the garden. The garden has many different areas. This one here is called the driveway for obvious reasons. It's right along the driveway. It mainly has the lilacs, daisies, the evergreens, lavender. Okay, so that's one of the areas. There's 18 areas in total. And this one coming up is my spring east facing area. Daphne is winter protected under the dome. And we just picked up a second dome this afternoon for the camellia. I don't quite think that it's getting enough frost protection. Might be a bit too late, but I'm going to try. Even in the frost, there's still hope for spring. So this is an area, another area. And then on the front, there's the north-facing sun deck. This is the smaller sun deck, and then the main sun deck. So it's about 18 roughly areas that I've got garden. Oh, here's my new dome. So it's a winter plant shrub cover. They pop up. And this way the branches of the plant can be loose under the dome. And I think it's gonna be a bit big for the camellia, but I'll figure something out. So here we are, frosty afternoon. The sun is just gonna start to set, but I wanted to get a video in today because we're supposed to have snow and it will be challenging to video and show the garden in the snow. So I thought, well, let's get one done today. So I was telling you why I have rooms or garden areas. It's because I keep track of all the plants that are growing in each area. So again, this is another area, the hosted enclosure. And I call the area by the tool shed the area by the tool shed. That's imaginative. In the corner by Anne is where the rhododendrons are. Just gonna leave this here so I can pop it up later. Oh, and I did cut this branch off. There was a branch on the choice. Yeah, that's been pruned. I'm gonna try and do better with my pruning. Okay, so let's look at how I keep track of the plants that I have in the garden. So every year I get a Ziploc bag. I'm just pulling out a bag at random. And I write the year on the bag. So this just happens to be 2024. Last season, it just ended. And I write the year on the bags, and they go all the way back to 2019 when I started this garden. And they're quite heavy. They're full of the tags that I would have hopefully still in the garden. And oh yeah, and one more, 2019. So why I have them in bags is because this is the best way to protect the tags. I don't put these tags in the ground. So let's just look at this paprika. So this is Achillea, and it's called paprika. This one is out along the driveway, and I wrote driveway, But I also have a spreadsheet. So I used to just do it with the tags and writing the location on the tag like that one. But now I actually put this information on a spreadsheet. So put the Latin name, the common name, where it's growing on the property, very important, and then I've got access to its height, and of course whether it's, say, perennial, and then I group these all together. So I put all of the Achillea together. I've got moonshine, and it's just a database. It's a reference library to the entire garden, and I can refer to it quite quickly. If I can't think of a plant, I can just refer to the database and just say, oh, that's what that plant is, or that's where that plant is growing, or yes, I already have that plant. This bag has tags that maybe were plants that I brought with me, like this Arnold red tartan honeysuckle. Actually, that was bought in 2019. And I put the year on too, because the year is important to know how long the perennial will live for. So it is again, it's a reference library, and then as the years go by, if the plant is no longer growing, then I can take the tag out of the bag. So that is a really good way to track all of the plants. These are the Hyacinths Gypsy Queen. They were put in 2023. 2022 is the year of the roses. I have planted lots of my roses. And if this tag was with the plant, it would be faded, and there's also a chance it would be broken. And once a tag is gone, unless you have a really good memory, you probably won't remember the name of the plant. And also, this really just has so much information on it that I just want to keep it safe. I don't want the tags to go in the ground and get broken. Oh yeah, here's the thing. This is an autumn carnival. Is this the obedient plant? Anyways, there's just all kinds of different tags in these bags, and they're kept safe. I keep them for years. I have many perennials, and I cannot remember where they're all planted off the top of my head. So the bags are a really good way to organize. And then 2024 was a really busy year, and I still haven't quite entered all of this into the database. Oh, sorry, sniffled. Oh yeah, Little Princess Spirea, so I'll know where that is. Yeah. But if I don't have the tag, or if I was to, again, put this into the ground, there's no way this white delphinium, Guardian White, I would ever remember that I have a delphinium named Guardian White, and also where it's located. It's so important to know, because if I don't know where the plant is, how can I care for it? So that's the main reasoning, is it's a garden reference library for all of the plants, and it's a way to be organized. It's also a visual reference, so I can see what the plant looks like. And I just really like to go in and look at the tags and remember. Oh yeah, see, I have this one in the chicken run garden. I wrote it on there, but I don't really write on the tag anymore. I do that part in the database. And then there should be a bag for 2025. I think I might have left that one in the house. Like, I have started a new bag for the new season. Yeah, I've left that one in the house. No big deal. But I just wrote 2025. And yeah. So I think that's just a good way to track all the plants. And I have many plants. I have at least a couple hundred perennials and shrubs in the garden. So the database is an excellent way, just if you can name your areas, if you can keep track of the tags. If you're going to use the pieces of the yogurt containers, a lot of people write on yogurt container strips. Make sure you push it well into the ground, and maybe even use an HB pencil so the writing doesn't come off. And just do anything that helps you to remember what's planted, because when it looks like this, there are so many perennials in here, and honestly, I just wouldn't be able to remember them all without my tags in my bags. So I hope that was useful. I'm just going to walk up here and maybe pan around and have a quick look at the frost. So I'm excited to fill the 2025 tag bag with new perennials. A lot of my perennials are bought on clearance. So that's the other thing to do too, is when you get a plant, if you buy it on clearance, just take the tag off, put it in a bag, mark the year, and then you can have your plant tags for years and years and years and always know what's growing in the garden. And then finally, I just want to announce that we have been selected for the Powell River Charity Garden Tour that's going to be happening in June. They sell tickets to the garden tour, and I think it's about 300 people they sell tickets to, and they all descend on the garden. Hopefully not all at once, but they descend on the garden from 10 in the morning until 5 at night, the first Sunday in June. So I'll be sharing everything about getting ready for the tour, what I'm prepping, what I want to do, areas we still want to sort of have ready, and of course plants. I'm going to be doing a lot of color, a lot of annuals from seed, annual color, plant combinations, interesting plants, and just have a lot of fun prepping the property. I think it's going to be a really popular garden just with Terry's buildings and the plants that are here already. I think the garden will be very successful, and I think people are really going to enjoy seeing the garden. I'm planning on having the blue, inside the blue building completed, make it like a little outdoor office slash potting on area in there, and an office to work from, to be inspired. So thank you for watching on this frosty night, and I think I'm going to go now and put the dome on the camellia, which is in the back corner of the hostia enclosure. So I hope you enjoyed seeing about the plant tags. I just really think that that might be a good resource for someone out there to try. And thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy sharing the garden with you.